Ladies and gentlemen, the Congressman from the 9th Congressional District, the Honorable Stephen F. Lynch.
Thank you, my friend Ken Quigley. Good evening and welcome to this first Healthcare Forum Town Hall held in the 9th Congressional District. I should begin, first of all, by thanking Ken Quigley, the president of Curry College, and his staff in assembling this whole event for us. And also, I think most importantly, the students here at Curry College who have opened this beautiful campus up to all of us and who are participating in various capacities tonight. So I thank you all. While the central purpose of tonight's forum is to allow me to hear your thoughts and concerns about the various healthcare proposals in Congress, I think it would be helpful if I took a few minutes, not more than 10, to briefly describe where we are legislatively in this process with the various healthcare proposals, and to share my own general views and concerns with respect to those proposals. After that, we will spend a full 2 hours just answering your questions and hearing your concerns on these matters. Firstly, as you may know, there are currently 5 different versions of the healthcare reform bills currently circulating through Congress. 3 are in the House, where I serve. All 3 of those have been reported out of committee, but they differ in their content. The 2 other bills are in the Senate. One of those has been reported out of the Help Committee, Senator Kennedy's committee, and the other is still in the Finance Committee in the Senate. There are important differences that are expected to be included in each of those versions, which will be reconciled through the legislative process. I am, as you know, in the House of Representatives, so the version that I am most familiar and that is commonly referred to as the discussion draft is this. H.R. 3200. It's 1,015 pages. I did read it over the summer. A poor way to spend one's vacation. And on top of this bill, there have been 80 amendments added to this by the various committees in the House. There is also, on top of this, there is the President's bill. And on top of the Senate bills, there's the President's proposal, which not necessarily a piece of legislation, but a 100-page list of goals and priorities that the President has. And to complicate the matters further, I understand from this morning's reports that the President has announced on Wednesday that he will give an address to the joint session of Congress, House and Senate, I'll be there, on his views as have been refined over the past month of his own healthcare proposal and what he would like to see as priority. So I don't know what the President will exactly say. There is a lot of speculation as to what his press conference, his joint address might mean. As I said, H.R. 3200 right here is 1,015 pages long, and I must admit that while I was reading it, I had the advantage of asking questions of my staff, asking questions of the Congressional Research Service, asking questions of the Congressional Budget Office, because some of this is, well, all of it is quite complex. It refers in many cases, in hundreds of instances, to other bills, such as the Social Security Act, such as Medicare, Medicaid, and the legislation that guides those programs. It is dense, it is complex material, and I'm not surprised that there are strong disagreements over what the bill means and what the intended and unintended consequences might be of its passage. This is complicated stuff. And with the deeply personal nature of healthcare, the essential nature of healthcare, it can become emotional, and it has become emotional. I've seen and listened with interest the stories in the media and on the internet of other town halls in other states and districts that have become less than civil. We don't intend to do that here tonight. I think that we can do better than that. And importantly, because the situation is so fluid with all this legislation and the changes that might be made in the next few weeks, I am not here tonight to sell you on anything. I'm not here to push something on you. That's not my purpose here tonight. I have my own concerns that I'm going to share with you during the course of the night. It would be pointless for me to invite you here to hear what you have to say if I had already made up my mind on how to vote. The purpose of having you here tonight is to honestly get your opinions. I have my own, having read through this. And I'm sure there are many here, there are probably a lot of experts in here with the interest that this bill and this issue has evoked. But I have to caution that by saying I'm a lawmaker. That's the job you elected me to. And I have to reserve the right to read the final version of this bill before I decide, before I make a decision on your behalf to vote on it.